Everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to understand uh, basically the access permissions or how to get the access to S3. First, I will explore the IAM policies. Why the IAM policies? See, there are two ways that you can get the access to S3 bucket. Okay, so one is the IAM policy. When I say IAM, it is basically it is attached to the user, or you could say to any services. So that would be your IAM policy. And then the resource base is something like which resides inside the S3, and then there is a bucket level permission that you can define that we will explore in the then now we'll just uh, explore the IAM policies. Let's start. So first I will go and create. I'll go in the IAM. Okay, so here I'll just create a user, a new user. Okay, I'll give the name of this user as a developer. Here I'm going to generate a password. I'm not going to create a new password. I'm not going to add user to any group or nor I'm going to add any permission right now. So that's it. I've just created the user. So once this user is created, we user continue. Okay. So now we have this user. What I will demo is we'll go in the incognito mode. We'll log in into this user and then we'll just see the status if I'm able to access the bucket or not. Okay. So we will be account ID. Now user is developer. I just do the sign in. Okay. As you can see, I'm able to log into the new user. Now let's see if I go into the S3, what happens. If I go to general purpose buckets, you can see that I don't have permission to even list the buckets. Okay. So this is the current state. Now what I will do is I'll assign some access to this user related to buckets. Okay. Let's do that. So in the IAM users, if I go into developer, in that particular user, the new is developer, and then I'll just add a permission. What going to do is I'm just going to create an inline policy right now. Okay, using JSON. I have already placed statement. Now I'll explain you what is this. Okay. See, this is the statement. Actually, this is just the version. And then when we say statement, it is like it consists of these objects actually. Okay. So let's understand that. So first is what I'm saying is allow all list all my buckets and get bucket location. So these two actions allow these two actions on all the resources. Okay. Since these are related to S3. Okay. As you can see, it is related to S3. These are S3 related APIs. Hence, it is only applicable to S3, all the S3 buckets. Your star means all the S3 buckets. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Otherwise, you might think that it is all the AWS services. No. See, it also depends on the action that you are putting in. So here, action is clearly it is mentioning that it is the list API, list all my buckets of S3, get bucket location of S3. So here it is implicitly it will be all S3 buckets. This is the first where I can see my buckets. Second one is I'm going to do is I'm going to list the bucket. So again, I'm just adding this one, list bucket, and then this is the bucket that I will be creating. I'm just added this name, and then the third one is also get object inside this bucket. Okay. See, in the upper part, I am just listing all my buckets here. I'm mentioning a specific bucket name here. Okay, in the resource section, as you can see, here it is star, and here it is the name of the uh, this particular bucket. So basically, I can go inside this bucket and look at the folders. So that is what something that I can do. And when I do get object, that means everything inside this bucket. Okay. So now let's add this policy. You just copy paste here. I'll give like developer S3 policy or line policy. Create the policy. So now the policy is added for this particular user. Let's go to the user developer now. Let's check. Yeah, as you can see, I can see all the buckets. Okay. Now I have not added the bucket till now. Let me add that bucket. And back to the root user. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Now I'm in the root user list. I'll create a bucket. Bucket name is University IAM. Here I'm creating the bucket and keeping everything default and just creating the bucket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to also upload some data. Okay. Here I'm uploading few files here. Now this is done. I go to bucket again. So I can see this images folder now. Once this is done, now I'll go to developer. Now I'm back to developer. Okay. Just see here. Going back to developer. Here, as you can see, I'm able to view the demo STIM 26. Now, as I told you, when list all my buckets, when I say it is listing all the buckets. But if I click on this one, this Java 21, 19 or something, it is giving insufficient permissions to list objects. Okay. I cannot list objects inside this bucket. And because I added this list bucket for this particular demo S3IAM, and if I click on this one, here I'm able to see the basically list all the folders inside this bucket. And if I want to get the object, I can get the object as well. When I say get the object means if I want to download, right? So I'm able to download. So this is the uh, permission that allows me to do that. So this is called as IAM policy. Okay. Now once I do this, I'll do one more thing. I'll try to upload a file. Let's try to do that. Okay? Let's try to upload a file. I'll just upload a file here. Let's see what happens. See, I'm into developer only, right? I'm trying to upload a file. It is giving me error. So it doesn't have the rights right now. Now what I can do is I'll just add one more policy. In my policy, I have given get object, list bucket, and list all my buckets, right? Nothing else. Here I just need to add one more permission since I want to allow uploading, right? So it will be put object. I just need to add this. What I can do is I can just copy this particular permission. I can go to my root user. See again I have back to my root user. Just note that I go into developer. I'll just go to this inline policy. Here I'm going to modify this inline policy. I'm going to add this. Okay. The policy is saved. As you can see, put object is available now. Now let me go to this user again, developer. Now if I go to S3 again, S3 can be seen in recently visited also. I come here and in this, if I try to load a file, let's try that. Earlier it failed, right? We had seen that. I'll add this text file again. Yeah, as you can see, upload succeeded. Why it got succeeded? Because I had put this particular put object API action allowed basically. Now allowed. Okay. So this is how your IAM policies will work. So this is at the user level that I have set. Similarly, you can have for the say like various services like Lambda. Say Lambda wants to access S3. So you would create this kind of policy. Okay. Just keep that in mind. And let's do one more thing, one more example, just to show you the delete operation also. Delete as well as let's do delete. First we'll do delete. Okay. Let's allow delete. So I'll just copy this again. We'll modify the here I'm back again to the root user and here I'm going to modify the policy again. And if I change the policy and just allowing delete object on the demo S3 IAM bucket. Okay. Okay. Now let's try to delete. If I try to delete this particular object, okay, so we just safely delete. As you can see, I was able to successfully delete as well. If I remove this permission, then delete won't be allowed. To just to demo this part also, what I will do is I'll add this statement deny. So you will see in the IAM policies also that if there is allow and deny for the same operation, okay, for the okay. So as you can see, if there is this is the same operation. Just the difference is effect. What I'm allowing and here I'm denying the same thing. So what will take precedence? The precedence will be denied. We'll test that thing. Okay. Let's test it out. Again, I go to my root user developer. I will change the permissions. And if I do this, okay. So my policy is saved. Now I come back to S3 again, and then I'll again try to delete. Okay. So we had successfully deleted one of the files. Okay. Let's try and do that again. Now if I try to do delete, see what will happen. It is saying fail to delete object, access denied. So it gave access denied because now there is a deny policy on delete object. So if there are for the same operation there is allow and deny, right? Then deny will take precedence. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so that's how IAM policies work. And the main reason to display this was this is the IAM policy where I have just created a developer user. I have added all the access permissions to of the S3 to this particular developer, and then you can see that I was able to access the bucket with all the API operations that I had put. So this was about the IAM policies. Now we'll in the next one we'll take the resource based policies. Thank you so much.